Okay, it's good because David mentioned divorce, and I have a poem that I just wrote this morning. Divorce. It's been good for almost 30 years. We furnished a home together, appliances, electronic devices, patio furniture, bedclothes, books, some other things. But now you want meeting my needs. Constant discussions that prove fruitless. I'm ready to give up and move on. You insist on packing multiple orders in big boxes, too heavy to carry, too big to fit in my Volkswagen, 20-pound bags of animal food, heavy cartons of Starbucks coffee, heavier cartons of Lipton cold brew, patio umbrella, vitamins, soaps, cleaning materials, books, towels, and mice, and all the other wonderful things that Amazon sells. I call and explain that my orders must be delivered to my local post office, and that the clerks complain about the size and weight of the boxes. I further point out that as people age, they have difficulty with such boxes, and many disabled clients must have similar issues. What I get in return are emails describing the efficiency of Amazon's warehouses. So I'm afraid that we must part. It's very sad. And then staying with the age of Finn's book, I have a short one and a longer one. Getting older, more aches and pains than before, and that's not all. Excuse me, what did you say? Too many, no more jump shots. What was that guy's name? Who? More naps. Do you think I need my cane? It takes 10 minutes to take the daily pills, but considering the alternatives. And then poetry became my new basketball. From the time I was 12 to over 60, basketball was the one constant in my life. It took me through changes in schools, aspirations, careers, marriages, parenthood, residence. I was small in high school and only grew too late to play in college. That didn't stop me though. I played for Catholic CIO teams, for local Episcopal church, for a league in the Jewish Y, and leagues at Wall Street, Westchester, and Inwood, and pick up whatever I could get a game. I went from a fair player to a pretty good one, to a good one, to a very good one, back to a good one, and then a fair one, and then done. Only consulted, taught, and wrote columns on technology for 5 years after that, and then through a quirk, poetry entered my life, grabbed me by the throat and consumed me. Other than my wife and children, it became the number one thing in my life. In short, it became the basketball of my mature life. But wait, basketball gave me what's known medically as a fura, that's ARFURA, a really fucked up right ankle. No tendons or ligaments, arthritis, bone spurs. That won't keep me out of the army like someone else was. And captured a ruptured tendon to my leg. Additionally, I have 2 minor knee operations, jelly pumped into both knees annually, arthritis in both hips. While it was well worth it, basketball has crippled my body. Will poetry do the same to my brain? And then coming off 9/11, those 2 poems, they were in my life in 26 poems. Coming off 9/11 from a checkbook, World War II and other poems. I have a 9/11 hero that many people don't know about. We revealed the 9/11 victims in a way that we never did the Pearl Harbor ones. Why? Pearl Harbor produced national outrage. Who did this? The Japanese. We'll show them. But 9/11 was on our home court. We all knew people killed and families devastated. And we all knew the heroes of the day, police officers, firefighters, sanitation workers, ordinary citizens who rushed to help and died then or later, much later. One capitalist hero comes to mind, Howard Lutnick, the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald. His firm lost 658 of his 960 employees in the attack, including his brother Gary. He himself would have been in the building and dead had it not been for him dropping off to son at kindergarten. He immediately set up the Cantor Fitzgerald Relief Fund and seeded it with $1 million of his own money. The fund, the nonprofit corporations survives to this day and accepts donations. He also committed Cantor Fitzgerald to health insurance for 10 years for the families of the victims and gave them 25% of the firm's profits for 5 years with a minimum of $100,000. The letter continues as the firm's CEO. Cantor Fitzgerald lives on and does the fund. And in these days of stories of rampant greed, grafts, and declining worker salaries, it's good to think of one man who did the right thing. Thank you for putting up with me.